Welcome beautiful souls, Tammy here from Introspect, popping on the 22nd of the 2nd 2022. It's the closing of the portal, so yeah, big energies that have come through since the 2nd of the 2nd 2022. And so I thought that I would hop on and do a reading for the remainder of February. So from now to the remainder of February, a general reading for the collective. So I'm going to pop on and use the Oracle of Essences deck first. Just going to ask. I actually feel like this reading is for all people that resonate with being a starseed, a light worker, a healer, and you may not be in the healing avenue just yet, but maybe you have a soul's calling towards being a healer. It can feel like a gentle pull towards something that's greater than you, and then as time goes by it can start to feel like a real deep knowing that you are here for big things. So yeah, if you really resonate with that, I feel like these messages are for you. Anyone that resonates with wanting to find their soul tribe, their soul family, also. Okay, so this one's just popped out, so we're going to go with this one. Cypress, adaptability, impeccability. Huh. Interesting. Look at that image. So, where are we needing to be adaptable at the moment? Everywhere. Like quite literally, our world is changing, and if we don't adapt and change with it, then we're going to find ourselves in places of disconnect. We're going to find ourselves in places of distrust. We're going to find ourselves in places of anxiety. Like, yeah, so it is really key in these times of change. And actually what's coming to me is the story of the tree that there was a biodome that was built, and in this biodome they created forests. But what they found was that the trees would get to a certain height and then they would just literally fall over. And so what was happening was that they weren't, because of this biodome and this atmosphere that was very limited, was actually stopping the trees from growing the roots that they needed. So because there was no real wind within this, perfect biodome, so there was, there weren't the real elements of real life. So the trees weren't able to grow roots deep down into the earth, and therefore hold their stability to grow really tall. So they would grow tall and then they would fall over because there was no root system holding them. And that's what this feels like. Like the wind in nature is a really good analogy for, the challenges and the trials and tribulations of life. Like, we're always going to need to have that wind in order for us to grow our roots down deep. So yeah, that's what this feels like, especially because like this is a tree, and it's getting blown around by the wind. So can you adapt to what's going on around you? Because there's a lot going on around us, right? Okay. I'm going to pull one now from the Gateway of Light activation. This is Kyle Gray's deck. It's beautiful. It's a general collecting from the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022 to the end of February. Cool. So ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, and boundaries. Beautiful cards. I'm feeling called to pull another one. Cool. Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, and self-expression. Beautiful. So what this feels like, the ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, and boundaries. So where are we with the boundaries? Where are we giving our power away? Where are we noticing where our energy is being drained? This has been coming up actually with friends and clients, and even myself too. So really honoring, you know, our boundaries and where our energy or our power is being sucked out of us, and knowing that it's okay to say no. It's not rude. It's actually really, it's necessary for us to hold our energetic boundaries. That may look like our boundaries with our partners, our boundaries with our friends, our boundaries with our family, our boundaries with our children, our boundaries with our workplace. So just remembering that this is in all areas of life. Karmic release and healing the lineage. So what's coming through the breathwork sessions that John and I do on the beach, our soul ascension breathworks, have been powerful for these karmic and lineage releases. So really acknowledging when the beliefs and programs and patterns that we are running, when they've been passed down through generation, and even, you know, like acknowledging if you thought that it came from your parents, if you can drop in a little bit deeper, did this come from our parents' parents and our parents' parents? So, you know, like these lineage patterns really come down from so like hundreds and hundreds of years. And knowing that if we are ready to step in and really do the work, we can heal that line all the way before us, but also all the way in front of us into the future. So healing for our children and for our children's children. It's big work, and it really works. It's amazing. So also I feel called to also say finding forgiveness for those lineage patterns that have come down that we may have struggled through our life with. And maybe we're just waking up and acknowledging that actually we can change this. We don't have to live like our parents did. We don't have to run the same programs and the same patterns, whether they're scarcity beliefs, whether they are, you know, abusive parenting styles, or even just the lack of love, right? The lack of self-love and the lack of tenderness. So we can choose to love differently, you know, like let's redefine what love means for us. And we have the ability to change that. We don't have to keep following that. We can release the backpack of the lineage beliefs and patterns. They're not ours. Let them go. Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, and self-expression. This is huge right now. Like, it's so important for us to stick up for who we are, what we believe in a beautiful and loving and compassionate way, not in a fight way, but in a being allowed to speak our truth. We have been shut down for we've been shut down for centuries, and it's time. It's time for us to actually acknowledge the throat chakra. If you find yourself having sore throats often, if you find yourself having upper heart, so reflux, or if you find yourself getting a lump in your throat, if you find yourself talking to a certain person and you get blocked up and you can't, and you're notice and become aware of what it is that you're talking about. What is it that you're really truly wanting to express, but you're actually repressing it? The self-expression is huge, and being who we truly are authentically and unapologetically is super important. Once again, it's a necessity. We need people to be who they truly are. No more masks. Not these masks, but these masks, you know, let's drop the masks. We don't have to pretend anymore. We can be who we truly are. And if you trigger somebody, then that's for them. And know that you will find your people, you will find your tribe. They are there and they are searching for you too. Cool, so that's beautiful. Now I'm going to do the angel and ancestors. So I've had my beautiful Lemurian seed crystal on that. It's so beautiful. You can see the lines in it. Beautiful. So angels and ancestors. 22 to 2022 through to the end of February. For the collective, for the star seeds, for the light workers, for the healers, for those that are wanting to grow and expand. I feel like that was too many popping out, so we'll carry on. Yeah, so just acknowledge, like, where are you blocking your truth? Where are you not truly expressing yourself? So, you know, are you having conversations that you walk away from just going, damn, I wish I had said this, or I wish I had spoken my truth? So just knowing that it is, that you are safe now to speak your truth, especially if it goes against the, you know, the masses. Then even more so drop into the faith of knowing that this is your path and that this is your truth, and you are allowed to speak it and you are safe to speak it. Mother Earth, Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. So this is not only do we need to honour Mother Earth and look after her, but we also need to feel that love and comfort from within ourselves. So our connection to Mother Earth is really, really important. So being grounded, being connected to Gaia, feeling that love and comfort and feeling that support and that trust, that deep trust that the earth has got us. Our planet is alive. Our planet is a consciousness, and our planet is actually of 5D consciousness. So the more that we tap into her, the more we can raise our consciousness and kind of tap out of that 3D matrix. This also is an opportunity to look at your connection to your own mother, or as a mother, your connection with your children. So whichever one it may be, maybe there's some self-expression or some things that need to be said from a place of love. So reconnecting with the mother spirit. So whether that's your mother or you as a mother with your children, reaching out, yeah. And just really honouring like all living things, right? Like we're coming into an age now where our world is changing and we're becoming more and more aware and honouring the earth and what she does for us and who she is for us, and how can we give back to her. So how can we treat her with the love and respect that she so amazingly deserves. Yeah, beautiful. All animals as well, animals, insects, beautiful. Okay, this one is the That one must be that one. Yeah, this one is The Work You Light, Rebecca Campbell. I've got both her decks and they look quite similar, so I don't want to get them mixed up. This is The Work You Light. So, for the collective 22 to 2022 through to the end of February. Oh. I'm feeling that throat, upper heart stuff for whoever's watching and feels that in their throat chakra and upper heart. For the star. Beautiful. That one just flew out in a beautiful, playful way. So it is play. Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious, which should be the motto of life. Because life can be so serious, and if we don't drop into that playful, childlike way of living, it can actually get quite depressing. And this feels like a message for young people. So anyone that is in that age bracket from like leaving school to early 20s, you know, sometimes in those years we want to grow up so quickly and we want to become an adult so quickly, and then we really quickly realize that being an adult can actually be quite hard and really quite serious. And so remembering that no matter what age you are, that playing is important. Another necessity, absolute necessity for the joys of life. So yeah, really dropping into that playful, energy. So, you know, swimming, you know, like something that I used to love doing when I was a kid was, you know, dolphin diving in the water. And I quite often do that when I go for swims in the ocean, and just pretend that you're a kid again. Like, it's so beautiful, and it's a way to like be youthful, and it's energizing. It's beautiful. Okay. And soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Beautiful. So this is becoming really prevalent in our world right now, is that, you know, finding those that really resonate, the like-mindedness within people, so that we can truly express ourselves and be authentic. So if you are in an environment where you're constantly being shut down for being who you are, then you're probably not in the right environment. And so, yeah, calling in your tribe. And so we can do this on an intentional level. We can actually, through journaling, through meditation, through just, you know, the beautiful quietness, is to set an intention to call in those that can help us on our path to our greatest healing, to our to find our soul tribe. And I know that actually I just had this conversation this morning with a beautiful friend who cut my hair, and you know, we talked about, you know, being around people all the time, and how you really get to talk to people from all walks of life, and so you learn a lot and you experience a lot, and how amazing that is. You know, and for her as a hairdresser, but also she was like, oh, do you miss that about being a florist, you know, like being around people all the time? And I kind of went, actually, I don't, because I was having so many conversations that weren't in line with who I am. And I was having to put on a mask. I was having to be something that I wasn't. And I was hiding parts of myself in order to, you know, fit in. And so when I kind of, you know, so now really the only people that I surround myself in, and I do still love being amongst lots of different people from lots of different walks of life, but they are my soul tribe. Like, they know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking another language to them. They get it. And I love that. And it's beautiful. And I've met so many amazing people since I've been doing, you know, this work and the breath work. And yeah, so, you know, just I needed to honor the fact that I was not in the right environment. I wasn't truly spreading my wings and blossoming and being authentic and speaking my truth. And now I am. And yeah, it's beautiful. And, you know, I went through a stage of, well, yeah, okay, so I don't have many friends, like, you know, because I don't resonate with this person anymore or this person. And now I have an array of amazing friends, and they all speak the same language. You know, they are my soul tribe. And so if you are in that awkward spot of, you know, you feel disconnected from this group of friends, and so therefore you're spending less time with them, and you're still kind of finding your way and finding your tribe, just know that you can call them in through intention. Like, how can I connect with people that are on my wavelength, you know? And kind of put yourself out there a little bit, you know, go to cafes that you wouldn't normally go to. Give that person a compliment that might spark up a beautiful conversation and might end up being an amazing friendship for the rest of your life. Yeah, so that is really beautiful. Now I'm going to go to the Keepers of the Light. This is another Kyle Gray deck. That's it. Oh, this is interesting because I brought up the forgiveness thing before. Master Jesus. There's a lot of blue there too for that throat chakra healing, the expression. So you're on the path. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. Nice. Okay, so we've got the mother healing and the father healing, which is probably really on point with healing the lineage. So, yeah, forgiveness is huge, and also forgiveness for self. So please, you know that that's an element that is super, super important for that healing process. So we can forgive outside of us, but if we don't forgive inside of us, and we don't forgive the parts of us that, you know, that said things that we didn't mean, or that were in the heat of the moment, or we did things because we were in an incredibly stressful, challenging place in our life, and, you know, like, we all make mistakes. So it's really important to honor that a mistake is not a mistake, it's an opportunity to learn. But we must always give ourselves that beautiful forgiveness. So yeah, if anybody is having problems with the father energy, this may even be in a relationship, you know, it could just be that masculine energy that you may be struggling with at this time. So just knowing that when we drop into forgiveness, we actually drop into a space of compassion, and it can really shift the energy of a dynamic. So you know, there's something about this world, the 3D world, that, you know, like, there's a need to always be right, and that's very ego based. So when we drop into the heart and really honor that, you know, we don't need to be right. There is no right or wrong, essentially. There just is things that play out, and how do we move through them, and how do we in what way do we deal with them? So if we come at things with love and compassion and forgiveness, then we will find ourselves moving through stuff a lot easier than the resistance of, I have to be right, I have to get my point across, it's my way or the highway, you know, like letting down those walls of resistance and those shields, the heart walls, and knowing that, you know, if we drop the ego and drop the need to be right, then we can like really fully and epically drop into those levels of forgiveness. And make sure you turn that around on yourself as well. So look yourself in the mirror, in the eyes, and say, I forgive you. I forgive you. You don't even have to say what it's for. Just, I forgive you. Yeah. And maybe to the father or any masculine energy that might be causing you challenging times at the moment. Yeah. Cool. So last deck is the Starseed Oracle. So if you resonate with being a starseed, if you are one of the, if you feel that deep pull that you are here for a reason, I know I have felt like that since I was a really, really little girl, and I lost my way for quite some time, and then I came back full circle. And I remember thinking when I was a little girl, you know, why do we go to school and then we get a job and then we like die essentially? And I was like, what is the point of that? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, we must be here for something better than that, you know, like that feels so boring and so serious. Like, where's the play, where's the fun? And I definitely found the fun in all the wrong places. But you know, this is all part of my journey, and I wouldn't be who I am without all of those amazing experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, I've done a lot of the forgiveness work. So if you resonate with being a starseed, so a few things. You may feel like you don't belong here. You may feel like you have struggled to fit in with like society. You might be the black sheep of the family, you might be the difficult one, you might be the wild one. So just knowing that there are many of us on this planet, and we are all awakening, and we are all going through this beautiful shift in consciousness. And if you feel the pull to seek out other starseeds, then please do. It's really important that we get our communities going and really help each other through those dark nights of the soul, the actual awakening process, because it can be quite challenging, especially if you're doing it alone. So knowing that you don't have to do it alone, that there are many out there like you, and to reach out. Also to reach out to our angels and guides and those that, or even loved ones that have passed over, and know that we have the support of these other realms. We just have to ask for it. So they're with us all the time, but they can't help us unless we ask, because of free will. So just really knowing that, and asking. Like, you can have help with anything. Manifesting new jobs, manifesting new partners, just anything. Okay, 22 to 2022 to the end of February. Messages, guidance. Star bathing. I've had this one before. Light body, crystal grid, transmission activation. Beautiful. Yeah, so this is a part of the awakening process. So our physical bodies, and actually some people within our breathworks have come across this. So doing a lot of healing work, and the physical body actually takes some time to integrate and to catch up with the light body. So when we do the big energetic shifts in our in that work, it can take some time for our physical body to catch up. So, but we are moving towards more of a crystalline light body versus a physical, heavy, dense body. And through this process, there will be a lot of activations. You may notice things, physical body, I don't want to say ailments, because it is a part of a process. So it's not a sickness, or, it is a part of the integration and the embodiment of these activations. So when we're really mindful about what it is that our body is going through, then we can support our body in ways with, nutrition. So listening to the body, what does the body need? Does it need more water? Does it need more like a pH balance? Does it need, do we need to drop meat? Is that too heavy for our body? I've definitely felt that myself. And while I do still have a little bit every now and then, it doesn't feel good in my body. So therefore, if I honor that and say, okay, my body needs lighter food, smoothies, greens, lots of vegetables. So really honoring the process, because it is a process. And even so I didn't actually notice, but there's actually a lady lying down on the ground here, and she's under the stars. So maybe, this is a cool opportunity. Here in New Zealand, we've still got beautiful weather, and, so maybe this is a beautiful opportunity to lie down under the stars at night and actually bathe in the starlight, and with your intention again, calling in the transmissions, calling in the activations. So remember that we have so much power with what we call in. Always of the highest truth and compassion, always with the highest light in mind, because we don't want to call in anything that's not of the highest truth and compassion and light. But yeah, get those activations. So we've had heaps in this portal that closes today from the 2nd to the 22nd of February, we've had heaps of solar flares come through, which interestingly, we Googled to find out how long it takes for a solar flare to hit our planet. It takes 8 minutes. Like, that's insane. It's just, honestly, it's mind-blowing. Our universe is just out the gate amazing. And yeah, so those solar flares, that energy that hits our planet is charging us. It is like literally activating us. So when you become really connected to your body, you feel these activations, and then integrate them and embody them and see what comes through for them. Like, a lot of people's gifts are coming online, and they're starting to see auras, or having psychic abilities and tapping into the other realms and talking to loved ones in healing sessions. Like, there's some pretty epic stuff going on. And even the telepathy, even between John and I, like, we are constantly communicating just through our minds, like not even talking. And it's, this is what we're moving towards. And we have these abilities. We all have these abilities, but it's whether you're open and willing to actually tap into that and to release all of the lower vibration stuff that's keeping you kind of bound to that 3D, and actually allowing yourself to rise up to that 5D consciousness, and what amazing things can happen, you know, like what miracles can happen in that space. So that is our, that's our reading from the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. And funnily enough, I am on day 20 of my cycle, so all the twos today. And so that from then till the end of February, that's the energies that I'm picking up on through this card reading. So I hope you have a beautiful day. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, share, and let's awaken all those beautiful star seeds and beautiful souls and get this 5D consciousness going. Love you all.